I'm Seonkyoung long guest. Welcome to Asian at Home. And today I'm going to show you. So many of you ask what is Asian essential ingredients and want to know what my pantry looks like. So I decided to share finally today, and don't overwhelming by all this because this is 5 years of dedication. Okay, so let's get started. Where should we start? What about soy sauce? These are my favorite soy sauces, and you can tell by the size which one is my favorite and use the most, right? Right here, I have a Korean soy sauce called 진간장. Even in Korea, we have a very many variety of soy sauces by colors and different saltiness. But this one right here is all-purpose soy sauce even in Korea. More I get to learn different cuisines and recipes, I get to learn different types of sauces from the countries as well. So now when I'm cooking Japanese food like a teriyaki, okonomiyaki, a lot of yakis. So anyway, I'm sorry. This is a Japanese soy sauce I prefer to use. It's slightly saltier than Korean soy sauce, but it's a lighter color. And right here, this is my favorite Chinese soy sauce. This one is probably the saltiest from out of all this, but the most light color as well. So when I call light soy sauce in my recipe, this one is what I use. So sometimes I use dark soy sauce only, like literally only for the color purpose because I love this light sauce flavor. So this one will be more like a secondary choice. If you have an extra buck to buy a soy sauce, this will be the second one you definitely to get for like this depth color for your fried rice, fried noodles, or the soup, or things like that. You know what I'm talking about. It's really hard to find great quality and actually taste good gluten-free soy sauce out there, and this one is actually I would recommend to you to try. And also here I have a sweet soy sauce. So this one will be more like if you're into Indonesian, Singapore, Malaysian, those cuisines, they use sweet sauce a lot, so this will be very helpful. I just didn't know where to put my oyster, which category to, so why not just soy sauce, kind of similar looking. So by the way, oyster sauce is nothing like a soy sauce because it's a concentrate sauce from literally the oyster. That's why it's oyster sauce. So if you love this full of packed of flavor from Asian cuisine, oyster sauce, you definitely have to have your pantry. And along with this, I don't have on here, along with this, hoisin sauce is actually great to have in your pantry as well. Let's move on to the next section. Second category I want to talk about is rice wine. So many of you ask, what can I substitute the rice wine? What can I substitute the Seonkyoung wine to? Nothing. Wine, like a grape-based wine, you can substitute maybe like a vinegar because they use actually purpose of a little bit acidity as well. But rice wine doesn't have any acidity. It's really for the flavor and actually get rid of some of the unpleasant smells from the poultry or meat taking out, because whenever they evaporate with those unpleasant smells. I understand if you cannot cook with the alcohol, then you can substitute just with water, but if you're just being lazy to find those, go ahead and buy one, okay? No mercy. First, I want to talk about is actually sake. It's the most known rice wine in America. I'm using this sake for literally everything, any kind of cooking. And the next one you can find is mirin. Mirin is so popular in America nowadays, and you can even find any regular grocery stores in Asian section. This both at the edge is actually Chinese rice wine, and this one right here is a lot more sweeter. I actually really pleasant to using this one for seafood. If you love Chinese cooking, especially like General Tso's and my chicken chow mein, if you love those recipes, definitely go ahead and get this. this Shaoxing Chinese cooking wine. As you can see, the color is so much darker than any other rice wine out there, and the flavor and the scent this wine has is so much different level. It's just like it has like slightly bitter taste. So let's move on to the next category. Are you ready? We have the vinegar. Rice vinegar will be probably the most popular and common vinegar to use in Asian cuisine. So I have a Korean rice vinegar right here. I really love this one because it's made out of brown rice. Makes me feel healthy, you know. Before I get to find all these a lot of Korean ingredients, I used to use this rice vinegar right here from Japanese brand because this one is the most easiest one you can find in overall grocery store in US. This one is more like my all-purpose vinegar, and along with this I also have just regular plain old white vinegar as well, but I didn't bring it out here because it's not quite Asian-y, I would say. So anyways, and I also have this right here, this little black looking thing, doesn't even look like vinegar. This one is Chinese black vinegar, and I actually got this because purposely using Chinese, especially Sichuan cuisine, because I'm a huge fan of Sichuan cuisine. Out of these three vinegars, if I have to choose one, I would choose right here this one because how easy to get and reach out, and because of the flavor as well. So let's get moving to the next one. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about fish sauce. All of you know by now, right here, 3 Crab brand is my favorite fish sauce, right? If you didn't know, you haven't watched my video enough yet. Okay, anyways, so this one right here is my favorite fish sauce. My mom found about this 3 Crab brand soy sauce, and it tastes so good, even in Korean cuisine. This is my all-purpose fish sauce right here. I cannot have enough of it. And along with this, I have this Thai brand fish sauce right here. This one is a lot saltier like a Korean one, but not as pungent. Little drops of this will go a long way. Some people out there, even maybe it's you, might be scared of fish sauce because you know what it smells like. But don't be fooled by the smell. If I have to choose one of this fish sauce, as you know, I would definitely go with the 3 Crab brand. So let's move on to the next category. Ta-da! Now we have the chili sauce, my favorite part. I love spicy food, and if you love Asian food and cooking Asian food, you've got to have at least one chili sauce in your pantry. So this is Seonkyoung longest pantry. Well, I actually didn't took it out everything here because I have too many. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll show you guys the most the sauces that I use like daily basis. So obviously because I'm Korean, I have a gochujang here. Gochujang is a Korean red pepper paste. It's very thick, spicy, because it's fermented. It's like a little slightly tanginess in it, and it's slightly sweet. Oh my god, I just opened the smell. It's freaking amazing. Gochujang can be dipping sauce, making marinade, making dressing, like literally anything and everything, whatever you want. It's like multiplayer, I would say. So the next one is gochugaru. This is another Korean spice. It's a Korean red pepper flakes. So this is actually one of the ingredients to make gochujang, but we use gochugaru for making kimchi, making any stews and soups. It needs a little pop-up red color. We use gochugaru. If you love cooking Korean cuisine, this too is a must. Some people ask me, oh, can I make kimchi with gochujang instead of gochugaru? No. Sambal used a lot in Indonesian and Malaysian cuisine, and a lot of them has garlic and chili and stuff like that. And it's a little chunky, it's spicy. I use this a lot. You can, as how the gochujang perform, this one can be dipping sauce, it can be dressing, you can make sweet chili sauce out of it, you can make marinate meat or fish and all that stuff. And I have 2 chili oil rayu with the chili flakes in it, lao ganma. These are my favorite because I really don't care about chili oil much. But when I taste this right here, oh my god, oh my damn, they're so delicious. It's like unforgettable. I literally use it for anything and everything because they're so good. There's a two brand right here. Igungi brand right here is probably more easier to find overall the United States, but my favorite brand actually is this one right here. This lady right here knows how to make chili oil. Oh my god, so good, so good. Sriracha, sriracha. If you don't know sriracha, you're missing out. What are you doing with your life? This is sriracha right here, invented in America by Vietnamese person. I use like my ketchup. I know a lot of you guys use sriracha like ketchup like me. Texture is so pleasant than any other chili sauce out there. But as you know, sriracha is not Vietnamese sauce. Sriracha is actually originated in Thailand. So I also have this Thai sriracha right here. This one is a lot more thinner than the sriracha we used to, like this American brand or Vietnamese brand, or what should I show you? Is it, okay, Vietnamese American brand. Experience of this, experience with this spicy sauces. If you love Korean cuisine, definitely try this too. If you love overall all Asian cuisine, definitely get this too, sambal or sriracha, one of them, and then have this one of this chili oil with the chili flakes. All right, let's move on to the next category now. The next one is bean paste. I know bean paste may be not the most popular or common Asian sauces you to get. I've got to have it because I'm Seonkyoung longest. I cook a lot of Asian food. But I do have this chili bean paste, which is kind of in the middle of a chili sauce and bean paste. If you love those Chinese spicy Sichuan cuisine, definitely have it. And I also have this Japanese miso right here. If you go to the Japanese market, you actually can find 3 different types of miso. Actually, you know what? More than 3 types because they're making a lot more different variety. But the 3 type is the basic miso. One is white miso, and second is red miso, and third one is yellow miso. Yellow miso is actually a mixture of the white miso and the red miso, and that one is actually the perfect one to make miso soup. But I have this white miso right here because this one is the most mild, the most less salty, and it's probably the best choice to try bean paste at the first time if you never tried it before, because it doesn't have as much pungentness as any other bean paste out there. And I'm using it as like a dipping sauce sometimes because it's slightly sweet as well, and I just really love it. When I'm making like a miso glaze or stuff like that, little sauce for my recipes, I use this white miso because it performs really well with other sauces and other ingredients. But if you like a little more pungent, go ahead and try the red miso. That one is more salty, a little more pungent, but it's really good too. Korean doenjang. Woo! It's much stronger. If you love Korean bean paste soup, doenjangjjigae, got to have it. It can be as a dipping sauce as well, and if you mix this bean paste with Korean red pepper paste with other seasoning like a little Sprite, yes, Sprite, the soda, a little bit of Sprite, and little garlic, chili, and gochugaru, sesame oil, there you go, samjang, that Korean barbecue dipping sauce. So maybe you want to have both if you love Korean cuisine. But for the experiments part, if you're a beginner, go for the miso as a first start. So let's move on to the next one. Umami. Yes, the flavor, everybody going nuts for it. Who doesn't like the umami flavor that you like, oh my gosh, I want to have more kind of flavor, right? Actually, the MSG is inspired by this seaweed right here. In Korean, we call dashima. In Japanese, they call kombu. If you are actually vegetarian or vegan, want to have this umami flavor, these ingredients right here is the one you definitely have to reach out. They're like huge like this, and definitely have those like seaweed smell, but not like in a bad way or a very strong way. 99% of the time I use this for stock, so if you love soup and stuff, Definitely have to have it. Dried shiitake mushroom has just so much flavor and it's almost like a meaty. The flavor is so deep and rich. So if you're a vegetarian and lately you just turn into the vegetarian or vegan and sometimes you're craving those back days of eating meat, shiitake mushroom is the way to go. The texture, the flavor cannot beat this. All right, and talking about lazy umami. Lazy person like right here. I have this hondashi powder. It's pretty much like a chicken powder, chicken stock powder. It's like that for the dashi powder, the Japanese katsuobushi, the smoked bonito. It's like has that smoky flavor, but it made it as a powder, so it's so much easier to use. Some people they say call it as cheating, like using chicken powder, but who cares? Sometimes I need something like this to save my life and make my life easier. So don't feel bad to use this kind of stuff, okay? And these are really easy to get at the regular Asian grocery store or at the online as well. Let's move on to next category. All right, we are finally at the rice and noodle section. Woo! Yes! So I have actually short grain rice right here. This is a sushi grade rice. I noticed this rice has a little more like a nice great chewiness than the medium rice. So since I eating this one, I never look back the medium grain rice. If you wanna eating more healthier version of a rice, there's a mixed grain rice right here. Brown rice, black rice, and sometimes I add a quinoa as well. It's really depending on my mood. But those are my healthy option of the rice. I think jasmine rice is the best rice. It goes well with any kind of Asian cuisine. So if I have to choose one type of rice, I will go with the jasmine rice. I always keep my sweet rice in my pantry, and when I'm cooking Thai food, Thai cuisine has a lot of sweet rice into their cuisine, so I use very often too. Since I moved to California, I can get a lot of fresh noodles, so I don't keep those dry noodles as much in my pantry anymore, but I still keep these basic dry noodles right here. First, Korean sweet potato noodles, we call 당면. 당면 goes into any kind of stew and soups as like a little, additional noodle bites. The rice noodles coming into small, medium, large sizes, and those three are most common sizes. And I use small for my soup. Medium size, I really don't use much. And large size, I use for stir fry because the wide really catches up all this delicious sauces and stuff when you stir fry. So I really love this wide one. Someon is like a soba noodles, like a pumpkin noodles, but there's no buckwheat in it, just only wheat flour. It's like almost like a angel pasta. If you're having hard time to finding the someon, you can definitely substitute to angel pasta. Buckwheat noodles that have been just mentioned. So if you wanna make really healthy noodle salad or noodle soup, soba will be your option. Next will be the last section of this Asian pantry. I'm so excited. Let's move on. The last category is miscellaneous. They don't really belong any categories right here, but they're so important though to have in your pantry. Sesame oil, sesame seeds, have to have it. In my recipes or when I mention sesame oil, sesame seeds, 120% it means toasted sesame seeds and toasted sesame oil. I don't use untoasted. Got to have this toasted to have this fragrance that you go like, oh my God, it's so good. Like, you have to have toasted sesame oil and sesame seeds. Kadoya sesame oil is actually my favorite sesame oil. The scent and fragrance is so strong, you will need just like little small drops. I always finish my dish with little sesame seeds right on top, right? And last, I have cornstarch. If you can find potato starch, that's really good too. Using cornstarch is more like a thickening your sauces in Chinese cuisine or coat your meat or vegetables. And when you're deep frying, making tempura or deep frying stuff, it actually makes a lot of things very crispy. So it's really essential, dry powder ingredients to have in your pantry along with flour. So this was my very important miscellaneous, and you've got to have all these three in your pantry. I think I'm about to done to close this, my pantry. I understand it was a lot of information, but same time, hopefully it was very helpful. And next time when you go to the Asian grocery shopping, now you know what to get. And remember what should I say, my favorite ingredients to get for those beginners out there? That is your first ingredients to grab. Alright? And if you liked this video and it was very helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up. And subscribe my channel for more inspirations and idea of Asian home cooking. Thank you so much for watching me today. And remember, you can always cook Asian food at your house, making it easy and fun. I'm Seonkyoung Longast, and this is Asian at Home. And I will see you next time. Bye!